I'm just stunting on my ex. I'm just flexing on my ex. Let's see, let's see. There we go. There we go. What's up, y'all? Let me add these to my other pages so everyone know to come on in. Y'all could speak, say hello, let me know what y'all doing today, and we'll get started with this dating chronicle topic. Let's share to a page. Share to a page you manage. How are y'all today? Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna pull up these comments on my phone too, so I can make sure that I see everybody or see what y'all seeing. Power92. I got a clip on the side of my head too, so if y'all see that, please don't judge me. I forgot all about that. Dang. Let's see. I got a clip on the side of my head. Hold on. Let me share to one more page and then we can start in a second. Share to your timeline. Y'all here? Can y'all hear me? Paste. Let's see. Let's pull up these comments. Y'all here? Can y'all hear me? Uh-oh. Let's not have that going. All right, what's going on, y'all? So, I don't see any comments yet. Let me know if y'all could hear me. Let me know if y'all could see me. If y'all see this damn clip in the back of my head, please don't judge me. I'm being team ghetto right now. Let's fix that. Let's fix that. Okay, I want to see myself. Make my savage up. Hold on, y'all. I don't know where this thing just went. Oh, well. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right. So, today's dating chronicle. I was having this conversation with a guy, and basically, he's dating this chick, and he says that she makes more money than him. She's on a salary. He's not salary. She makes good money. He makes decent money. And they aren't serious to the point where they're ready to move in yet, but he like, what if it gets to the point where I'm ready to move in with this chick? Like, do we split the bills 50-50, or is she supposed to take care of the bills? Like, he's like, I really want to know. He's like, I don't want to be bogus and say she needs to take care of all the bills or most of the bills because she make more money than me, but I know for a fact I can't take on most of the bills. So his question basically is, who should take on the responsibility of having to pay most of the bills, or should they split it 50-50? Hey, Karina. Yes, we see you looking beautiful as always. Thank you, love. Thank you, love. I think these comments are coming in super slow, but y'all bear with me, work with me. Just pay them. Hold on, let's look on my phone because I cannot see that far. Just pay them motherfuckers or get some candles and somebody Wi-Fi code. But yeah, I personally, okay, so if I was making 50-50, I mean, if I was making more than a guy, me personally, I would definitely say we have to split it 50-50. I can't see myself paying more of the bills than the man. I'm super old school when it comes to stuff like that. Now, if something happens where he was once making more money than me and then he go into this financial situation that he just couldn't control, then yeah, of course, I'll definitely pick up the slack. But going into the relationship when I know for a fact that I'm making more money than he is, and he knows for a fact, I feel like we have to do it 50-50. Like, I'm definitely the type of woman where the man is definitely the primary provider, but I definitely get 50-50 is sometimes a necessity, especially in this world we live in. Back then, it was like, I feel it was that way because women couldn't get jobs and women had to stay home and take care of their kids. And women was barely getting paid anything of what the man was getting paid. So, of course, the man had to be the sole provider. But I can't see myself taking on majority of the bills. As a woman, I can't. If that's the case and if he can't do the whole 50-50, then get a side job, a side hustle, or we get a job, get a business together where we bringing in extra money because we obviously need it. So let's see what y'all have to say. Split 50-50. Hey, Ashia. Danielle said it doesn't matter how much she makes. Find a place that fits both your budget, 50-50. I agree, too. I feel like it's probably going to be some things that he can't purchase, some purchases that he can't make because he has to go 50-50 with her. And I feel like it's some things that she probably will be able to, spend her money on, some extra pocket change that she'll be able to have, but he won't be able to have. That's why I say it's probably best for him to get a side hustle or for them to come up with a strategy or a plan to like, hey, let's build a business together and then we can, make more money. And that's more money for the both of us. Just don't move in until. I agree with that too. Like, you need to know, people are so quick to call women gold diggers, but I feel like nowadays, especially, you really have to know the type of man you're dealing with, especially with social media era that we live in now. I won't even say no, but I see so many situations where a man is acting like he got it and he don't have it. I feel like a lot of us have probably dated somebody or talked to somebody, and on the internet, it seems like they just got it all. They in the club buying bottles, they buying designer brand, but they really struggling at home to take care of bills. So you really have to know the type of person that you're in a relationship with, that you're about to move in with. Like, I cannot move in with a person. People say this is petty, but if you have a jacked up credit score, like, I feel like that's a turnoff for me because I'm a person where my credit score is not jacked up and I'm young. I feel like people my age have terrible credit score. They messed up their credit. That's not me. So I feel like we have to match each other. We got to balance each other out. So I feel like you need to get your stuff together before we can become one and move in together. So that's my whole take on that. Like, you really have to know the type of you have to know the person financially. Of course, you need to know their personality and stuff like that too before you move in, but you got to know who you're dealing with when it comes to finances, especially when it comes to your credit and stuff, because a person can mess up your credit in a heartbeat, especially if you putting everything in your name and not their name. I'm sorry, but I'm not rocking with it. Like, every person won't agree with that. They might say that's gold digger mentality or, oh, you not helping out. Like, yeah, of course I'm going to help out. Of course I'm paying bills. And like I said, if we need to do 50-50, we're going to do 50-50. But I'm just not paying majority of the bills, and I'm a woman. Like, that's just how I am. That's how it used to be. That was an old school mind state and mindset, and I feel like I still kind of agree with that to some point. Men, they expect women to cook, clean, do all that domestic stuff. So I expect you to be a provider, which I understand. Like, everybody isn't blessed enough to have an amazing job where they are making great money. So you definitely got to find a balance with that. Lawanda Grant says 75-25. Wait, Lawanda, who's paying the 75 and who's paying the 25? Please let me know. I don't have no shame in my game because I know me as a person. I've never asked a man for anything. I never depended on a man for anything, whether it be a relationship, whether it be a family member. Never in life depended on a man to do anything for me. So I don't even know what it's like to be taken care of. But if a man wants to pay majority of the bills and he can do it, I'm going to let that man do it. Like, that's just me, because I know I'm not the type of person where I'm not out for the person's money, like, especially who I am and who I've dealt with. I've never even if a person did have money, I never tricked anybody out of money, or I never had anybody trick any money off on me. So it's like, I don't know. If you want to do it, do it. I am perfectly fine with you paying majority of the bills and I'm pocketing my stuff. Of course, I'm not going to be blowing my money off. I'm going to probably save and do some other stuff with it. But hey, if you want to be that man, that macho man that take on all the responsibilities, I'm going to let you. Let me know when you need my help and I'll be there. Jordan Mitchell said 50-50. Lamont said, this right here is what keep people broke. They need a joint account for the house and 2 separate personal accounts. If that don't work, y'all ain't gonna work. Okay, so Lamont, what do you think they should do? Like, that's not saying they should split it 50-50. Do you think that they should split it 50-50? And I definitely think that finances can, like, be a burden on a lot of relationships, especially if a person money isn't where they want it to be, especially a man. Not bashing men, but I feel like it's just a man thing where men feel like they have to provide. They have to be the sole provider. And if they can't do that, sometimes they feel a certain type of way, or they self-esteem is low because they can't be that provider, that 75-25% provider, which is perfectly fine. I'm not saying that a man should ever have to pay everything, but if you can pay it and you want to pay it, then go right ahead. But I just feel like a woman, I'm not paying 75 while you paying 25. That's just me personally. Probably why I'm still single to this day, but I just know what I want, and that's not something that I want, like, at all. But they should live somewhere that he can afford with his income, because I wouldn't pay more than him. That's also true too. So I feel like the woman, she probably have to take some sacrifices and move into a space where she probably don't love that much. Like, whatever her money can afford is probably something bigger and better. But if he can't afford it, then you have to compromise and say, hey, okay, we can't live in this luxurious building, this high rise. Let's go live in a 2-bedroom apartment in the South Loop, or somewhere on the South Side, somewhere on the West Side. Like, I feel like it definitely has to be some type of compromise in there. So I definitely think that it takes 2 to, figure it out. You stupid, Landon, talking about some talk your 50-50. Landon, you got it. So if I'm your girl, it's 75-25. I'm just playing. Robert said, I ask equal I pay. She asks equal she pay. Roommate equal bedmate equal life mate. 50-50. And I don't want it to seem like and I feel like, I don't know, I've never lived with a man before, so I don't know what it's like to live with your spouse. So I don't want it to ever be like, I'm your roommate. That sound like some roommate stuff. If we arguing about who paying what, or I can't pay this, or I'm not gonna have this on time, that sound like straight up roommates. So I don't know. If y'all see this clip showing, don't judge me. But yeah, I'm in that same situation now. I make more than my guy, and we split everything down the middle. That's good, Kim, that y'all could figure that out. So how was it as far as did y'all have a conversation about that, Kim? As far as like, okay, look, we just gonna split everything 50-50. I know what I make, you know what you make. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna handle this? And is there any women that will pay majority of the bills for their man? Not even for their man, but if you make more money than your man, would you pay majority of the bills? So if y'all just came in on a conversation, I was having a conversation with this guy, and he's dating this chick, and he says that she makes more money. She has a good paying salary job, and he's not on salary, but his job is decent. And he was like, I'm not to the point where I want to move in with her yet, but if I do ever feel like I want to move in with her, like, how is the whole bill situation going to work? Is she going to have to pay majority of the bills and I pay what I can pay, or do we split it 50-50? He was like, because I know for a fact I can't pay majority of the bills. If she want me to do that, I'm not that guy for her. So we were having that conversation, and that's a good conversation to have. And I personally don't know, because I've never lived with a man before. So is there any women that would front the bill and like pay majority of the bills at home if you made more money than your man? Danielle said also they are only dating. Why would she take more on than him. No way. Split everything equal. That's the only way. But yeah, that's what he said. He's basically said, like, we're not serious to that point, but he liked the girl, and he like, what if we do move in? He's basically thinking of future terms. Like, what if we do move in together? I don't want her to be the chick that be like, oh, you have to pay majority of the bills, especially if he know he can't pay majority of the bills. And I got to do this break in a second, y'all, so I'm going to have to put this conversation on pause real quick. Sorry, I'm all in the okay, I could read a couple more until we start. Don't pay attention to this clip, y'all. I just learned how to put my hair in a ponytail, and I don't have like a scrunchie that's big enough to fit my bun. So yeah, I'm being real ghetto right now. I'm going straight to the crib after this, so nobody gonna see me like this. Going through that now. Nicole said, going through that now, I don't make the most. He just don't spend his correctly, which cause us to come to an end. See, that's why I said, like, being in a relationship with somebody or dealing with finances, I feel like that can be a burden on relationships sometimes, especially if a person is not responsible with their money. She just said that she didn't make more money than him, but their issue is he was blowing his off, or wasn't spending his correctly. And that's another thing for me. I cannot stand a man like, men think that women love men that be out and spending money in the club and the bars. I pay attention to that so I can know to stay away from you. Like, yeah, I come to your section, I drink some liquor, but I feel like if I'm always seeing you out and about and you spending money all the time when you out, I feel like that's a turnoff, because it's like, I don't know what you're doing at home. Maybe you are handling your responsibilities at home and you paying your bills on time and stuff like that. But I feel like just always spending your money on dumb stuff, that's a turn off for me. So a man who is not careful with his money, no sir. Because a lot of us, we know what it's like to have some change, and we know what it's like to go without the change too. So if you've experienced both of that, you're not trying to deal with somebody who's careless with their money. But hold on, y'all, I got to do this break real quick. New music from Flip De Niro, If I Tell You, right here on Power 92. It's your weekend base, Sierra Monet inside the day party to 6 o'clock. Make sure you get your tickets now to the Lit on the Lake Yacht Party. Is going down Saturday, June 29th. Boarding starts at 11:45 p.m. That's right, p.m., not a.m. It's not a day party. It's a late time, cruise type thing. So what I'm telling you to do, because I had this experience last year, all you got to do is take a nap around 6-7 o'clock, wake up around 9, get dressed, boom, you energized for the rest of the night. And it's definitely gonna be a lit situation, so you definitely want to have your rest, get your little pregame on, and you'll be straight. And it's going down on the Anita D2 yacht. Sounds provided by the family DJ Commando and hosted by my sister Mayha. Ladies, to enter to win a party pack of tickets, all you got to do is text LIT to 90206. That's LIT to 90206, and it's brought to you by The Alliance. Don't forget, I got tickets to see Fabulous Thursday, June 13th at Club O. You got to be 21 and over to win, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And coming up next is the Family Ferris with the Ferris at 5 Mix. And I'm on Facebook Live right now, so make sure you head over there at Power92Chicago. And I asked the question. This woman, she's making more money than the man, and he's basically trying to figure out how should the bills be split? Should it be 50-50? Should she pay majority of the bills, or should he step up to the plate and pay majority of the bills, even though he does not make as much as her? So yeah, make sure y'all head over to Power 92 Chicago Facebook, and we're going to get right into that. It's Power 92.
So, you're shopping, and that's when you see it. Aisle 23. Rich, delicious Dr.
I didn't even finish putting this mix in. All right. Okay, y'all. So, figure this stuff out. If two people can't come to a common ground, ain't no power. It's all physics. How that sound? Okay, OD Black, spitting knowledge. Adam said, in my situation, our roles have changed. I was making good money. Our roles have changed. I was making good money, taking care of both of us. Then I lost my job, but she got pregnant, and she is a career woman in the medical field. So she makes good money, too. She told me to take care of the kids, and we good, but I do have a legal side hustle. Good. I'm glad you said that, Adam, because I don't know if you, when did you chime into the conversation, but I definitely did say the way that I can see myself paying for majority of the bills, especially if I have a good job, is if my man, he loses his job, or just it's something that happened to the point where he's not making the money that he used to make. So I feel like that's when you step up as a woman and you provide for your family. I feel like everybody, at the end of the day, everyone needs to provide for their family, whether it be male or female. Like, you have to be providing something in some type of way. So she knows what she can handle, and Adam knows what he can handle. So that's dope that they can come to that agreement, because I feel like sometimes it might be situations or people where it's like, okay, I'm out. I'm not dealing with this. Like, I didn't sign up for this. You was making this type of money when we first met, when we first got together. Now you're not making this type of money. I can't deal with it. You do not suit my lifestyle anymore, so I got to dip, which is pretty messed up. But hey, for some people, they could deal with it. Some people can't deal with it. So that's dope that y'all can get through that. If the funds come out, if the funds come out of one account, it doesn't really matter who puts what in, especially if she makes more. She shouldn't pay more, but he should pay less. It's a middle ground. So Lamont, like, how do you know how much to put in that fund? Like I said, I've never lived with a guy before, so as far as splitting bills, I don't know what that's like. So how do you know what to put in a fund or in an account? You saying they should have like a joint account for bills, but how do you know? What if it's not enough money in the account? What if he's not putting enough money in, or she's not putting enough money in? I feel like you still have to come to a common ground and just figure out, like, okay, this is what we're gonna do as far as fronting the bill. Let's see. Gervais said, yep, I'll happily do 50-50, but I definitely make sure everything taken care of. Cool. Last King Lucas, 50-50 bill together. Damie Johnson, your hair is cute. Thank you. Cash Didi. It depends on the relationship and situation. I wasn't working and had no income for a long time. He told me I didn't have to worry about anything, and he paid everything. His bills, my bills, and our bills. We still went out shopping and everything. Then years later, and he was in the same situation, I held everything down until he got back on his feet. But we were together for 5 years at that time. See? It's all about balance, and it depends on the situation. Everybody's situation is different. Like I said, everybody can't handle that. Some people can handle it. Some people are built for situations like that. Some people aren't built for situations like that. So you definitely got to respect the people who can figure everything out. That's why you have to date at the same level or higher. If he's thinking like that and they aren't even serious, he might be looking for a come up. I don't even think he's looking for a come up, because this is, even though you know people, but you don't really know what they do in their private life. So I know this person, but I just can't see him looking for a come up. He really is trying to figure out, like, okay, I like this girl. We not to the point where we want to move in yet, but just in case we ever get to that point, I want to know, like, is she expecting me to pay majority of the bills, even though I know I cannot pay majority of the bills because of my financial status, or should we split things 50-50? But he was just thinking in the long term, but you never know. Maybe he is trying to come up. I don't know. Haven't came across any good, attractive ladies in Chicago. I know there's a good one out there somewhere. Knock it off, Don. What's your name? Don Bosco Lightfoot. It's great women in Chicago. Very great women in Chicago. Whether, I don't know if they taken or what, but I feel like it's great women out here, and it's great men out here too. You're just looking in the wrong places. Hey, Tina. All right. Angela Beckham said 50-50. Rome wasn't built by one person. It was built by a team. You better say that, Angela. But yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like I said, it all depends on the person's situation and their situation. You have to know your spouse. You have to know your relationship before going into the relationship, and you have to figure out like what works best for the both of y'all. Like, don't base your situation on what other people say. Like, girl, no, don't pay that 75 to his 25, or don't pay 50-50. He need to get a better job. Let him pay majority of the bills. You need to figure out what works best for y'all. So that was basically what I told him was, I personally think that they should just, go 50-50. And if that doesn't work out and he still can't afford that 50-50, like I said, like, get a side hustle or figure out something as far as y'all getting a business together or just building. You just got to figure it out. Nobody has an answer for other people's problems in a situation. So I don't know. If anybody in that situation, I hope it work out. And I wonder what type of situation I'm going to be in when I do finally move in with that special someone. But, you never know. So, but yeah, for those that came in on the subject or situation late, the dating chronicle was this guy I know. He was basically having a conversation with me about this chick he's dating, and she makes great money. She has a good salary paying job, and he makes okay money, and it's not salary. And he was just trying to figure out, like, if they ever moved in together, what would be the bill situation? Should they split it 50-50? Should she split majority, or should she pay majority of the bills since she is making most of the money? Or should he still pay majority of the bills since he is, quote unquote, the man of the house, or will be the man of the house? And that's what, quote unquote, the men of the house do. So, let's see. Cal says, simply put, 2 checks equals less stress. Balance is key. We have to be each other's strength. I definitely agree with that. I feel for people who have to pay anything financially by themselves, especially if they have children too. So I really do feel for people who just doing everything on its own, because if you got somebody to help you pay for something, even if it's $20, $30, $40, $50, be grateful, because there's definitely people out there who have no help at all from anyone. Alexis, what's up? Alexis said he needs to be having this conversation with her. LOL, it's their relationship. Money is one of the trickiest things in a relationship, and they need to be clear about their intentions. Getting other people advice ain't gonna help if it's not what she wants. Hey, girl. But yeah, I definitely agree with that. That's why I was kind of like, I know you asking for my advice, but I, have never been in that situation before, and never in life lived with a guy before. I used to stay with my boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, but that was when he was living with his grandparents. I would just stay with him for days at a time, but that was nothing serious at all. Like, I would pack up and go home when I was ready to go home. So I never in life stayed with a man. So I don't know what it's like to split bills, any of that stuff. So if you are in that situation or been in that situation, I hope everybody figure it out. But yeah, that was a Dating Chronicle topic for today. Thank y'all for chiming in, for tuning in. I have a mix to play at 5 o'clock, and I have not put it in the system yet, so I definitely have to get on that. So thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all listen to me each Sunday, 2 to 6 p.m. On Power 92 Chicago. You can listen on an app. All you got to do is head over to your Apple or Android store, type in Power 92.3 WPWX, or of course you can listen to us on the radio, 92.3 FM. So yeah, shout out to y'all, and thank y'all for tuning in. See ya. Bye.